What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another reaction with your host, the ignorant eclectic Mad Genius, and today we're checking out that boy Will's channel again. Today he is talking about the situation, the sad situation of the guy. His name is first name was Noah. I forgot what his last name is. He was on a
Black folks say, bro, stop sending your kids over there and letting them be the only black kid over there. Matter of fact, your grown ass don't even need to be the only black person in no all white event, bro.
Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up.
Nolan, well, what in the actual is going on down in Mississippi? So listen, if you got a little time, let me walk you through this, because this shit is wild. I try to stay out of it until you get all the details, but since they're circling the wagons and refusing to help authorities, I'm going to tell you what I think is going on. This picture right here, you will see Nolan and 4 of his friends that went on a boat party on July 4th. Only 4 of them returned without Nolan. His cell phone back to his mother. What the claiming they haven't seen him since 3 p.m. These people right here remember seeing them partying and throwing beer cans and causing a ruckus and starting fights all the way up until 7:30 p.m. You want me to believe a friend of yours that you've known for years goes missing in Mississippi for hours and hours and hours?
And also, you gotta take in consideration that we've just over the last couple years, we'd had individual, we'd had 2, I think it's more, it might be more, I could be wrong, but I want to say it's like 2 that I know of right off bat that people were found hung, like black people were found hung, and one of them was definitely in Mississippi. I know that for sure, because somehow, some way, a person with 2 broken legs hung themselves. Right, yeah,
And you not only don't look for him, but then you go home without him, without calling the cops, and you just bring his phone back to his mom. And then there's this video right here. Did you hear it? There is clearly an argument going on shore where they clearly say, "F you, you're not getting on the boat." Even though they didn't have time to call the police or start an investigation right away, they had plenty of time to deactivate all their social media. To mention,
red flag, bro.
Parents are judges, doctors, and other high-ranking members of the community. Let me see if I can play out what exactly happened here. Noah goes out on a boat with 4 of his friends. There is some sort of argument on shore. If a fight ensued, took him back out on the boat. I allegedly believe they did something to him. Then came back to the same spot they were in, partied all the way past 7:30 p.m. Have witnesses saying you were there, remember. Then brought his belongings back to his mom. Look, I hope I'm wrong here, but things aren't adding up. None of it makes sense. None of it adds up to something benign happened. We all need to be saying his name. Even if they didn't, each and every one of them for abandoning their friend, not even searching for him so that they could drink and party the rest of July 4th away. Be careful who you choose for friends. I promise you, the only way a snake can bite you is if it's right next to you. Rest in peace, Nolan.
Hey, bro, white folks saying the quiet part out loud, dog. Now look,
and mind you, I ain't saying all white people are like this, but there is a very, very big subset of individuals that are just like this, that are the quiet racists and everything else. And you just gotta be prepared, bro. I don't know, man.
Go to show you something, man. I was telling a white dude at y'all stay at the pool hall, but I was like, bro, you know what's crazy? When we saw that image with them 4 white boys and it was just him by himself, every black person unanimously said, that man dead, bro. It is what it is. I saw people praying for the best, but we was expecting the worst, dog. It is what it is. It's sad when unanimously we all just ain't nothing good coming out this situation, bro. Yep. You might as well brace yourself for impact. We're talking about his mom and his daddy, bro.
They did it. As soon as I saw this picture, first thought in my mind was these a kid. That was literally the first thought I had in my head. I hate you racist pieces of shit. They did find his body So we'll have to wait and hear what the coroner has to say. But knowing how the cops operate, they'll probably rule it a just like they did that black kid that hung himself with 2 broken legs.
With 2 broke legs.
Yeah, that happened too. That was last year.
See?
They claimed a kid with 2 broken legs hung himself. You white supremacists got another thing coming because you're going to have to deal with people like me.
Hey, man, you know, there are a lot of... There's a video of a white lady who is literally missing an arm. She was driving with her left arm on the steering wheel. Cop passes by and said, hey, I saw you talking on your phone. And she was like, with this one?
No, yeah.
With this hand? He said, I saw you using the phone with your right hand.
Yep.
She ain't got no right hand. And he stood, he stuck with his story, bro. The case was thrown out, obviously, but their first nature is the lie.
And the funny part is, like, she laughed at him. And then he took that as disrespect. And she was just like, I don't have a right hand. She was showing him her nub. It was ridiculous. And he got caught in a lie, and he just stayed in the lie.
Straight up. It is what it is.
The way this country talks about black victims versus white victims is disgusting. Nolan Wells' body was found yesterday off the coast of Mississippi. If you didn't know, he was presumed missing and dead on July 4th. It is America's 250th birthday, and we're still dealing with this.
Still claiming body.
He was celebrating with his friends for the 4th of July, and there's now circulating video that is going very viral of what looks to be him and his friends that he went with on the beach, and there's an argument. There's yelling happening. In the video, he looks to be very calmly standing still looking at his buddies. And somehow, the conversation is about his behavior. Why wasn't he on the boat? Was he drinking? Was he going from one boat to another? Now, I'm going to give you a scenario. It's kind of morbid, so stick with me, and trigger warning. If I show up dead, washed on a beach, my community of people where I was born are not going to go, well, how was Jake acting? Did he stay where he was supposed to? Did he start an argument with people? No, it's going to go, what the f***? We have someone that would kill people out here? Jake, I love that guy. He plays for the football team. I'm just putting myself in Nolan's shoes. Nolan plays for the team. He's friends with those people. And the conversation is about his behavior. Just so frustrating. Like, racism is still alive and well just in the dialogue. Just in the dialogue. As simple as that. I just want this country to do better. And I see a future where we just stop with this and start going like, man, this kid was like his on the 4th of July, he is celebrating with everyone. And he can't even do that. We can do better. We gotta do better. Oh, and apparently one of the friends' moms is a local judge. And if you think that will work in Nolan's favor, you clearly don't know anything about the history of young black men in this country. This isn't gonna go anywhere. We have to speak up about it.
Black people, you have got to teach your kids, especially your kids that are hanging out with rich white kids. That is not good. You gotta stop letting them hang out with rich white kids. This Nolan Wells situation never should have happened. The parents of Nolan Wells should have known better than to let him hang out with these kids. I have an older son. I'm not saying it's the parents' fault, but I'm just saying it happens all the time. My older son is half black. He looked more black than he did half. But he got into a similar situation. He was fighting with a bunch of rich kids,
white kids,
in North Atlanta, the North Atlanta suburbs.
And also, I understand that we want to get out of the hood and everything else. And I'm talking about, like, for the parents' standpoint, like, the parents want their kids to be raised in a better neighborhood, surrounded by Caucasian individuals and everything else. That also plays a huge part in this. But I'm not gonna get into that too deeply because it's something that somebody else who's way smarter than me should probably speak about. But I can say from my experience that it is two separate cultures, and then when one person is from the ritzy, we call them Carltons. Like when one person is from the Carlton neighborhoods, and like the Carlton suburbs and shit like that, basically from like the hood and the ghettos and stuff like that, those individuals usually they want to be cool, they want to be down, they will go into those things and they will getting themselves into fucked up situations, which is also bad. Like that's a whole nother sub story right there. But literally, you being raised not around your people, only knowing the ritzy white Caucasian folks, that's also another thing that I can't really speak about because I'm not from there. So, but like I said, let me get off my soapbox.
The richest neighborhood in Cherokee
I ain't never been rich, so
County, Georgia. And he was fighting with a bunch of boys over a girl. And lucky for him, he didn't wind up dead. He just wound up locked up for a while. But it could have wound up with him being. And, you know, we as parents, we have to do a better job in informing our children about who they should and shouldn't hang out with, because matters. The color of your skin matters, especially when you're hanging out with a bunch of rich kids that have, you know, doctors and lawyers and judges as parents. You know that your kid is going to either wind up locked up or dead. So my heart goes out to Nolan Wells' family. I really hate that it happened to him, but you gotta protect your children, because white people will kill your children at the drop of a hat. It's just
not just white folk, everybody, like white folk, Asian folk, Mexican folk, black folk. You know what I mean? Like everybody will take you out. Like as a POC person of color, bro. Like I live with my head on swivel at all times. Like people think I'm crazy, but it's how I was raised.
It's the way it is, especially these entitled little rich white kids. God loves you. I love you. Like,
yeah, man. Especially when you got one child whose daddy is a judge,
yep,
who knows the law, the legal process. You know, we already know they scrubbing everything, they're cleaning everything right now, destroying receipts. We already know that dude's dad is a judge, bro. He does this for a living. And then you got one.
I think the mother is the judge. The father is the doctor, I believe. I'm not for sure.
Child whose dad is a physician. They got means. They have resources.
Yep.
Anyone doing time in this will only be because the pressure that black people done put on them. But I want to highlight two comments in this video. Even for black women, Tamia Horsford, she was a 40-year-old black woman who died in November 2018 after attending an adult slumber party in Georgia, because I ain't even about to say that, where she was the only black attendee. I remember that. She was all snuggled up, looking all cute and stuff with her white friends. Mm-hmm. I remember that. They were sitting like on a couch. I remember that picture. I don't know if y'all remember that. Also, let me highlight another one. Hold on. Like I said, honest white people knows how white circle operate. We are not trying to divide the communities. However, when the history comes marching in, we cannot dismiss the pathology of white history towards blacks. Pay attention to this black professor debating Tucker Carlson about why he doesn't want his kids to be around white kids and why we shouldn't trust them. Now, look, I'm going to show y'all something. This is why it's dangerous to be around white people, especially when you're the only black person. It's like they can't control themselves, bro.
Oh, my God. I watched that video, and I didn't find it funny at all. Because, for one, I'm a black woman. For two, we have a different type of hair texture than any other race in the world. I asked them multiple times, no, please, no, I just got my hair done, please, no. They still proceeded to pick her up, throw her in a pool of water, and laugh. And even when I opened up the comments to the video, people were still laughing and excusing the behavior. Well, she shouldn't have went to a pool party. Well, why would you go to the pool party? They discarded anything of them telling her, no, my hair. And this is the same situation. I hate to compare the two because one person just died. But watching a boy who went to Mississippi on that pool party, and the cell phone come back and his body didn't come back, it made me think of this video. You're a black person, surrounded by people that don't look like you. They don't care about anything going on. They didn't care about their hair. She's black.
and motherfuckers just want to be token black sometimes. So you also gotta be careful with those. And like not even just a token black, but just like the what my dog call them? The Uncle Ruckuses, basically. That's the best way I can put it. Because I forgot what my brother said.
They don't have black hair. You think they cared about his life? He's a black boy. These, oh Lord.
Yeah, so I wanted to highlight that, but look, I got one even worse than that one, bro. I got one even worse than that one. Now, in this particular clip, this is what's going on. This family right here is recording a altercation. They don't turn their camera around so that you can actually see it, but you can clearly hear one person sounds like a black person. The rest of them sound like white people.
You can swim down, Remy, you fucking retard. I think I'm saving. Bro, how am I gonna get you back home? You don't think I'm on my creek? Don't be worried. Hey, your mom's on day. Your mom is always worried about you. I think that's why. Your dad's freaking out. Why looking at you? You okay? Are you okay? Yeah. Okay. I was okay getting over you. They think I'm about to swim back. I can't even swim. Doing a good job right now.
You get what I'm saying, bro? Think about it, too. And the thing is this. A lot of y'all say y'all got white friends and all that kind of stuff, which is cool if that's what you want to consider them. But, you know, had that been me and my family in the position of these white people, I'd have been like, say, bro, you good over there, dog? What's up? You straight?
Let yourself be known.
It would have been an intervention, bro. Like, there's no way I'm going to sit there and watch these people try to coerce him into swimming when he knows well he can't swim. That's what type of man I am, bro. Like a lot of black folks, dog, we get a bad rep, but man, when we see something going down that don't sit right in our soul, our spirit, dog, we oftentimes intervene.
But also we are more loving and we are more caring than the other individuals. And I mean other individuals. Like Mexicans might be like number 2, and like Mexicans, Asians and Asians and Mexicans might be number 2 and 3. But you know what I mean, they can fight for that second and third spot. But black people, we have the biggest hearts, and sometimes it is a super detriment to us. I swear to God.
It's like those 2 brothers who basically barricaded this suspected vehicle that they thought was involved in a human trafficking crime. They barricaded it in, just so happened to find a little girl in there that had been missing, because they intervened. I don't know if no other race of people would have did that. I'm not going to say y'all wouldn't have, but man, I hear oftentimes black people doing that, bro. Like, we ain't going to sit up there and just watch it and mind our own business. That's the one time black folks ain't.
9 times out of 10, though, I'm not going to lie to you. Trying to keep yourself from out of certain situations is very, very difficult, especially for myself. Just because just how I move and everything else, and also the stuff that I have to lose. I measure things before I do things. I do it mentally, but I have to measure things before I do things.
Minding their business. And this is like one of the few instances where I would say white people do mind their business. Because let you be jogging in their neighborhood and they don't like it. They're calling the cops, the white ones.
Racist white people will wait as long as it takes. You hear me? They'll wait as long as it takes to snake you out. So when you're the only black indigenous one in the whole entire group, and all your friends are the white,
I ain't gonna say just them. My brothers, my skin tone and everything else, and a little bit darker than me, they will do the exact same thing if they feel like you're doing better than them. Indians too, Mexicans too. You feel me? Like, it's not just one skin color; it's humans just in general. But in this particular moment, he is correct.
Hey, that's not a safe thing. It's really not. And let me tell you something. Having fair skin and being the only one that looks like myself in a group full of people that are indigenous and melanated, I've never felt threatened, not once. You hear me? You know how many times I felt threatened or felt like I had to worry about anything? 0. Because the black indigenous people do not do that snake. Yes, there is something to do that do whatever. That's in every race. But like I said, they're not gonna befriend you. If you wanted them, you wanted them. If you in, you in. Now these white people in the case of Nolan Wells, right here, these white people in the case of Nolan Wells, how is it the only one that goes missing is the melanated man, the melanated young brother? How is he the only one that goes missing? Nobody knows anything? Nah, you white team know exactly what happened to him. Y'all know what the fuck y'all did. Y'all some real big cowards. Like I said, don't surround yourself with all white people if you're the only one of darker skin, you hear me? Because a lot of times they really envy you. A lot of times they really just want to hurt you and go lie in wait. However long it takes, for years. Like I said, these aren't just outright racists. These are undercover racists.
Sleeper cell.
Them just as well. All you racists. And we're going to get answers and figure out what happened to this young brother. This is up. Racist.
Hey man, look, this comment says, I'm in Canada. A friend of mine from Barbados was asked to go on a hunting trip. You don't never go on no hunting trip with white folks, bro. I'm telling you, dog. You don't do that. That's a shooting accident. He crossed my line of fire, bro. Like that, they can win that all the time, bro. Don't go rabbit hunting, nothing like that. Where you got to get on the ground. You're cooked. He was gonna go on a hunting trip with about 3 of his white coworkers. A white lady in the office said, "Don't go because those guys do not like black people." He was shocked because they were so nice to him. I know black people to this day who will still probably go on that hunting trip.
Told you, we just super nice, bro.
Against
super kind hearted.
That better judgment. It's crazy work, bro. Someone in the comments said, and we are the exact opposite, yet are blamed for everything that goes wrong. We advocate for most people, yet we are seen as a problem by many. You really can't win in this life. God will settle the score eventually. Yeah, man, this is crazy. I worked with a white dude that bragged about his granddaddy black people on the Mississippi River back in the old days in New Orleans, man. You know, nobody was checking for him, no way. Black people are second-class citizens.
In New Orleans, you know what I mean? They just toss them in the river. And the gators will get them. Like, and you feel me?
Stuff. He said you catch one of them slacking off, leaning over the railing. He'll come grab him by the ankles and just flip him overboard. Yeah, he bragged about his granddaddy doing that. They used to laugh about that over dinner.
I want to talk to y'all about Nolan Wells, but before I do that, I want to note that Nolan's mom does follow me, and in the event that she or other family members come across this video, please keep the comments respectful and in line with uplifting a family who just tragically lost their son. If there's any kind of nasty comments, racist comments, conspiracy theory type comments, my comment section is not the place for that. You will be blocked. This is someone's real life, okay? This is someone's son. This is not a fodder for content. This should not have been Nolan Wells last summer. Nolan Wells was someone's baby. He was 18 years old, set to turn 19 next month, set to go back to playing football at his local community college. He was very well liked. He got along with everybody. He was radiant. He was a leader. And he went out with 3 friends. They went out to an island. His 3 friends returned to the mainland without him. And all 3 of those friends are white. And I know that when I say that, there are white people watching this who are immediately going to say, well, we don't know what happened. And y'all, this is the difference. If the situations were reversed, if the circumstances were reversed, and it was 3 black boys who took a white boy out, and the 3 black boys came back and the white boy did not, it wouldn't matter.
And all of their phones, like their social medias were wiped and everything else. Come on now. That
they didn't know what happened. Those 3 black boys would have been in handcuffs. Those 3 black boys would still be in questioning to this day. I can see the Fox News headline now, right? They would have used it as proof. See? We told you black people were dangerous. We told you black people were bad. I've seen no such headline on Fox News about this. Have you? Even though, you know, we know that white men are overwhelmingly responsible for situations of mass violence across the U.S., and I'm not saying every white guy.
We're not saying every white guy, but there is a subgroup of individuals who are of a lighter skin tone. I'm not going to say the group's name because I'm still a fledgling. It's still in YouTube. But, y'all, if you know, you know. The people with the tiny traveling hats. Yeah.
Right, I'm not saying that. Here's the thing. Acknowledging that black people are in danger in this country, often at the hands of white people, often at the hands of white police officers. Acknowledging that reality, because it is a reality, right? It's not a theory. It is evidenced by so much data and history and lived experience. Acknowledging that reality as a white person does not make you inherently dangerous, but refusing to acknowledge it does. We have to be able to recognize the double standard before we can do something about that. And genuinely, because I know there's people with all kinds of belief systems who follow me, I want you to sit with that. What would you think if you saw 3 black boys had taken a white boy out and the white boy didn't return? What would you honestly think? Throughout history, our criminal justice system has never...
The fucking, the Twitter pages, or my bad, the X pages for certain, what's the names, would be crazy. Elon would be on it. Boy, what? Listen.
Waited to wait and find out what happens when it comes to incarcerating black people or punishing black people for crimes they didn't commit, or even killing black people for crimes that they did not commit. That is just the truth, and that is all I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, man, dog. She said a lot right there, but she ain't lying, bro. If the shoes were on the other foot, if the roles were reversed, first of all, ain't no black dudes finna do that. They know they going to jail. Boy, a white boy don't come back from the woods, from the water. Man, we gotta find this dude, bro. They would have started their own rescue team, bro. They own search and rescue, bro. Before the laws was even called. Hey, bro, we gotta find him because you know what they gonna say. You know what them people gonna say about us, dog. We cooked if we don't find them, dog. Alive. Straight up. All right, guys. Well, that's the end of
All right, well, I'm going to leave off with this, man. Like I said before, prayers to his family. I still want justice for my cousin, who was basically murdered. Yeah, I still want cousin for my I still want justice for my cousin Eric, bro. Eric Spencer, man. Justice for E. It'll be that. Unfortunately, my dog ain't my dog is no longer here. But man, it's gonna always be justice for E. I just hope and pray that the individual that did it, him and his family gets what they deserve. Yeah, bro. Never mind. I'm not trying to say anything because yeah. Love each and every last one of y'all. Man, just another fucking terrible, no, just terrible, bro. Love each and every last one of y'all, man. I'll catch you on the next one. Yeah, peace. Oh, hit that like, hit that sub, tell a friend, man. Yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.